He's my world. He's the greatest kid you'd ever want to meet.
This Cape Coral grandfather's world was shattered in an instant.
He said, I'm going to go ride my scooter for a while. I said, okay, be careful. He said, I will, and he left.
He never imagined those would be his final words.
I didn't think much of it until the police showed up.
To the 13-year-old boy he raised as his own.
If I kept him on punishment, he wouldn't have been able to leave that day. Whoever would have expected this to happen, you know?
Police are calling it a tragic accident. A car hit Justin Argenti, throwing him 75 feet down West Retunda Parkway on Saturday. He was crossing the street on his scooter that he had just gotten for his birthday. Now, Justin's grandfather is only talking with NBC2, sharing his story of grief. Thank you for watching NBC2. I'm Peter Bush.
And I'm Kelly Burns. The grandfather says Justin wasn't even supposed to be allowed outside his home on that day. NBC2's Trent Bennett is live from Academy Boulevard tonight, walking us through what happened.
Peter, Kelly, that is right. He was grounded, and we'll get to more of that in just a minute. But that 13-year-old Justin Argenti was trying to get to this side of the road on Saturday when, as you mentioned there, he was struck and killed by a car that was heading south right here behind me on Academy Boulevard. Justin was raised by his grandfather, Robert. I spoke to Robert today, and Robert tells me their home's about 3 miles from where we're standing tonight. He tells me that it was a decision that he made on Saturday that tonight has him living with a whole lot of guilt and a whole lot of grief.
I looked at the scene. I'm a retired police officer. I've investigated hundreds of car accidents, fatal accidents. I've done it all.
But Robert Argenti wasn't prepared for the knock on his door Saturday around 6 p.m. Cape Coral police telling him that his 13-year-old grandson Justin wasn't coming home.
I said, that's my grandson. What happened? Is he okay? Is he still alive? And he told me no.
It was just after 2 o'clock when Justin rode his scooter through this intersection of Academy Boulevard and Retunda Parkway West. He was hit and killed by this silver car. His scooter right there, laying in the road. Police say he died instantly. Officers told me the driver was not speeding and is not at fault, instead calling the situation a tragic accident.
Whoever would have expected this to happen, you know?
Robert told me Justin was grounded the week before the accident, but on Saturday he allowed him to go play with his friends.
He came out and said, I'm going to go ride my scooter for a while. I said, okay, be careful. He said, I will, and he left.
Robert says that's a decision he'll regret for the rest of his life.
If I kept him on punishment, he wouldn't have been able to leave that day.
Throughout our interview, Argenti held on to this Michael Jordan shirt.
I have his shirt here. He took it off and threw it on the bench out in the front entranceway.
He says that's the shirt Justin was wearing the night before the crash.
I just picked it up and held it, and I haven't put it down since.
Argenti raised Justin, moving him from Rhode Island to Cape Coral 3 years ago to give him a better life. He says his grandson was the light of his life.
He's my world. He's the greatest kid you'd ever want to meet.
He's trying to hold on to the good times, as is the rest of the family.
I just miss my best friend. My kids keep asking about him. It's just hard.
Well, the family, I met them yesterday here outside the scene. The biggest problem that they had, I want to show it to you, is right here. There's a stop sign on this side. This is Retunda Parkway West, and there's another stop sign on this side. But the traffic, you just saw that car pass by me. The traffic going north and south here on Academy Boulevard does not come to a stop. Robert, Justin's grandfather, tells me that the plan is to have Justin's body. They're going to move him to over to Rhode Island, where the family is from, and they tell me that their biggest challenge when they come back to Cape Coral is to go door knocking from all these areas of this neighborhood, asking the folks to sign a petition to please get 2 stop signs placed right here at this intersection. I'm reporting local in Southeast Cape Coral tonight. Trent Bennett, NBC2.
Breaking